Hey guys, welcome back to Lions Den Investments and Reviews. My name is Casey. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. In today's video, though, I wanted to get into price movement on the blockchain and crypto market. And the reason why I'm doing this is because we've only got about 3 months left until we get a blow off top in the markets. And if you don't know anything about price movement or reading charts, that's okay. But you're gonna want to know. You're gonna want to teach yourself, some of what I'm showing you here over the next 3 months. Because, guys, I was part of the bull market cycle that took place back in 2017, and I can tell you, I got in around September, um, not knowing anything about what I'm gonna show you today, and because of that, I ended up selling too soon. All right, I didn't know anything about reading price charts. I didn't know anything about price movement, and I sold too soon, and I ended up getting priced out, and I left probably about 15, 20 grand on the table. Okay, you don't want to do that. All right, so in order to avoid selling too soon, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum today. I'm going to show you fractal patterns within well cycles, and I'm going to show you some things that you can do to kind of look at where price movement is going. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. If you have experience reading technical charts, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh God, he's going to talk about fractals. Fractals don't work. And yes, they're not 100% guaranteed, but if you use them along with other technical analysis like spotting, double tops, double bottoms, looking at resistance, different reaction levels, uh, support and resistance, stuff like that. If you combine all that stuff together with fractals, you can get a good idea as to what is taking place, especially if you look at previous price movement compared to where we are now. Because it may not be exactly the same, but you're going to see things, somewhat rhyme. Um, Before we do that, though, if you haven't watched my last video, go back and watch my last video. I was talking about how you're going to start seeing a lot of the big companies, celebrities, and people with a lot of money really trying to entice people to get back into this market so that we can hit new all-time highs, right? And I explained why once we get towards the top of the whale cycle, they're going to pull the rug out from underneath everybody, liquidate their positions to all these buyers coming in, and then the market comes back down. Well, if you go over here, okay, this came out from Forbes, and they're talking about basically the author's warning: get gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Ethereum before the big stock market crash. That's basically going to happen. The biggest stock market crash in history, guys. I can tell you that's not going to happen. Okay, and especially not over the debt ceiling. All they're going to do is fire up the print press. That's what they always do. It's monetary policy, and it's guaranteed. So I'm not too worried about that, and I don't think you should be either, because literally, if you watch here sometime in October, whenever this government shutdown comes, they're gonna take it down to the very wire and get everybody all nervous and scared. Okay, they may shut down for like a few hours, and then guess what? They're gonna come out and be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna print up another $5 trillion or 10 trillion, or raise the debt ceiling so we can print up that much money over the next year. It's basically, it's so predictable if you know monetary policy and what these guys are doing. So, like I always say, have no fear, okay? But look at this. Elon Musk, he just came out and wants U.S. regulators to just let cryptocurrencies fly, baby. If you guys like that, hit that like button, okay? Because I sure as heck do. He's saying the assets aren't the second coming of the Messiah, right? But what's this doing? It's enticing people in, okay? So even though they may be trying to fearmonger and scare people, they're still trying to entice people in. They're trying to scare people about a stock market crash, maybe get people out of stocks and over into cryptos. That is bullish for the market. Here's the other one: Bitcoin. FOMO, fear of missing out rally. Long overdue. They could see Bitcoin price top at 200,000. That's Bobby Lee. If you guys don't know who he is, he's been an investor in Bitcoin way from the very beginning. But again, he's going to be one of those guys that is selling his bags to all the people coming in. So what's he doing? The very same thing the rest of them are doing. You know, so it's just more confirmation of what I've been saying all along. And if you haven't seen the last video, go back and watch that. I'll leave a link somewhere up here for you, and you can see what I was talking about when it comes to these big people, big companies, big pockets coming out trying to push this new narrative so that they can get the prices back up to where they need them to be so they can liquidate. With that said, though, going back to the Bitcoin chart here, guys. I was talking about fractal patterns on charts. Fractal patterns are basically just patterns, repeating patterns that you'll see in wealth cycles. Okay. Now, on this Bitcoin chart, I've got a daily chart pulled up. You can see we've got two different patterns here that are real similar when it comes to the price movement. These are descending triangles. Okay. Now, a descending triangle just means the trend is going down. And what will happen, and what you want to look for, is what they call reactions within these descending triangles. And you want to get at least like 5 or 6 reactions within the triangle before you make a move and either buy, go long, or try to short, whatever asset it is that you're looking at. But as you can see on Bitcoin, back here, we had that big drop off, right? And then we had the consolidation period, and we got this downtrend here, and you can see we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We tested resistance at least 4 or 5 times, and we come back down here at the very end and kind of broke down below support there and then shot up in price. And you're seeing something real similar over here. Okay, downtrend, descending triangle, and what you're seeing over here is we've been rejected at least twice, and this would be confirmation on the second time down. But if you want to know where the price is going to go and if it's going to break resistance after that second rejection, wait for a third, because the third rejection on a downtrend is the strongest confirmation you can get, especially on these longer time frames like daily and weekly charts. So I'm looking for this rejection here on the third, move up here towards resistance. And then what I'm expecting is the price to come down here and we retest or go into the buy zones based on Fibonacci charts. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, this is the Fibonacci tool. If you draw that out, okay, if we draw this out here, you can see you want to pay attention to the 0.618 level and the 0.786. And if you want to know where I went to grab that tool, you just go over here to the left on Trading View, click on it. There's Fibonacci Retracement. Now what this does is it kind of gives you levels of reaction based on buyers and sellers of where, basically the most important levels of reaction to price are going to take place. Okay, now Fibonacci charts are they're legitimate. They're built on mathematical formulas that basically track like reactions to everything in existence. Okay, so you can use these in plants, animals, whatever it might be, and they teach this in school as well. So this is the Fibonacci retracement, and you draw a line from the bottom all the way up to the top. And I've got lines drawn out on the 0.618 and the 0.786. Those are very, very powerful reaction points and good levels to watch when it comes to like entering a position or waiting for a price to actually bounce and then head higher, from coming down in price. But that's what these two blue lines here are, the 0.618 and the 0.786. And what I'm waiting for is the third rejection, strong confirmation that the price is coming down. And then maybe we don't fall all the way into this zone here. But what I'm expecting is the price to come down to at least right around here at about the 39,000 or 38,000-ish price level. We bounce off of that, maybe come down a little bit further like we did over here. And then we bounce off of that and then hit higher. Okay. Now, if you look at any of the posts that I've made on my channel just in the past week, I was talking about time frame being around like October 10th. It could be extended a little bit further than that, but I'm still sticking to that. Now let's go over here to Ethereum real quick, because I want to show you something with Ethereum. Okay, another, just showing you fractals and what you can do for reading price movement on charts. So you can see we got the descending triangle here. You got the 0.618 and the 0.786 buy zone right in there. And this would be a good level at which prices are going to bounce and then revert back up into an uptrend. But one thing I want to show you is that if you go back here, okay, we had something really, really similar. We had a downtrend, okay, and then you had an area of support kind of right around in here. All right, so you have you have a descending triangle, and then we had prices retest resistance 1, 2, we came back down here, we tested support a couple times, 3, 4, and then we came back up and broke through resistance. Now what ended up happening, look at the price. Okay, before we move forward though, I want to show you this too. Right here you've got what they call a double bottom. So we came down, up, down, and then we shot up, and we came back up here to that 0.786, which is a major reaction in price movement. It's a major reaction level. And then what did we do? Well, we reacted, and then we came all the way back down here to retest support, and then shot off and went higher. Well, let's go over here real quick, because what do we see over here? We've got, look at that, we got a double bottom forming, and what I would expect is something really similar where we break resistance, we come up, and we come back up here to like $3,200 or something like that, and then we potentially come back down here to retest support at about, you know, $2,771, $2,800, and then guess what? We do something real similar. Now I'm not saying this is 100% guaranteed, because you know this is a market, prices move in both directions, but you can get an idea looking at fractal patterns like this and different patterns within that, like the double bottom, which is a reversal upwards in price. You can get an idea kind of where we're going to go. But that's all I wanted to show you for today's video. Guys, stay positive, because even though the fear index is at 20, I always say when there's blood on the streets, get out there and get ready to buy. So if you got any, you know, extra money on the sidelines, this isn't really financial advice. I'm not recommending you go do exactly what I'm doing, but you might want to look at a couple entries on prices, and you can do that just looking at those 0.618 levels, the 0.786. Draw your Fibonacci retracement from the bottom to the top of that peak, like I just showed you there, and that'll give you a good idea as to where some of your buy zones might be and where prices might revert or reverse, you know, and head back up. But with that said, if you guys like the content, hit the like button. I'll get another video out here sometime before the end of the week, you know, probably either tomorrow or on Saturday, and we'll just take a look at some of the news that's coming out. I want to watch that very closely for you, because again, if you go back, watch the video that I just shot, I was telling you that you're going to see a lot of the big money coming out here trying to entice people to get back into the market. So we'll pay attention to that as well, and I'll continue covering some of the price movement. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to look at any other charts for you on assets, and we can go over the same kind of stuff, just to kind of prepare you guys for what's coming over the next 3 months, especially if we end up going parabolic, because you do not want to get priced out. Okay, so with that said, you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you later.